Hello, I'm Rory Sutherland. I'm the president of the IPA, which is the Institute of Practitioners in Advertising, the trade body that represents British advertising agencies. In the very early days of broadband, people thought that actually when broadband comes in, consumers will spend less time surfing the web because it takes them less time to find what they're looking for. What actually happened was, of course, the complete opposite, that the faster the web becomes, the more ways you find for it to actually solve problems in your life. The same thing will happen with next generation access, particularly in the business space. I'd be wary about being too complacent about the predictions we make. One of them I read, which was that video will increasingly take over from text. I'm not sure that's completely true. What's certainly true is that in certain areas, training, for example, the possibilities of centralizing training and doing it over effectively live TV links will be extraordinary. So, the very, very best speakers and the very best thinkers and the very best practitioners can effectively address an audience of thousands in different parts of the UK without time being wasted on a day's train travel down to London. That in itself is fantastic. One of the interesting things, I think, for advertisers with next generation access is the possibilities for new forms of television. Whether the TV is consumed on one screen or three is an interesting question. Will people actually watch live broadcast on television while also absorbing different forms of information in real time on a second screen? Or whether the whole action takes place on one screen? That's yet to be decided. It's one of those unpredictable things. What's undoubtedly true is that new things such as online gambling, peer-to-peer gaming, other forms of entertainment will undoubtedly grow and grow. And what's true about these technologies is actually they discover applications, uses and sources of value in ways that no one, not even futurologists and great scientists, not even the people who actually developed the technology in the first place, have been able to anticipate. Consumers' expectations of the internet will completely change as a result of next generation access technologies. It's already happened before if you look at it with broadband. Now, for two reasons, ordinary conventional dial-up over a conventional telephone line is pretty much unusable nowadays. One of the reasons is psychological. We've become so used to the relatively fast effects of broadband that the pain of waiting for images to load and the latency just drives us practically insane. The second reason, of course, is that the size of the average web page has grown to about 1/3 of a megabyte. Because the assumption is made when you design a website that everybody who uses it has broadband, if you've only got dial-up, it renders the pages unbelievably tedious and slow. An interesting question that has to be asked is why are people so eager to come into work at sort of 8:30 or 9 o'clock in the morning when the technology they have in the office may be no better than that they have at home? One of the really interesting challenges you can make is, what should patterns of working hours be? What should commuting patterns be? And is this technology a better solution to London's transport infrastructure than Crossrail is?